First up, I check my ex's and his girlfriend's page every now and then to see if he's treating her the way he treated me. So like the title says, I check their pages to see if they're still together, even after 2 years since we broke up. He's openly narcissistic and admits to it, but I can't fathom that he would ever be able to treat any girl the way he should treat them. After what he did to me, he should technically be in jail for threatening harm. I'm probably one of the only girls he's ever been with who ever helped him try to achieve his goal of financial freedom, which ultimately failed on his own doings. He knows I'm an artist and knows I love art and recently went to an art museum with his new girlfriend, which he doesn't and wouldn't do because nothing in his life associates with art. He plays mostly video games, smokes weed, and goes to work and plays on his laptop. He's also spoiled to the point that he thinks he deserves everything to be handed to him. For instance, the reason he failed with his financial goals is because he put his credit card under Facebook ads and forgot about them, resulting in him being $5,000 in debt. He expected me to help him pay for his fuck-ups. Over the years, I'd ask him for money to help with groceries and some other bills, and he would go off on me. So eventually, I stopped asking him for money, and I told him, I'll remember this when something happens to your finances and you need my help. I'm not giving you a single penny, and I'll watch you suffer and struggle like you made me do when I needed you. Okay. Also, one single time out of our entire relationship, he cried. And when I tell you he cried, there were no tears running down his face. And I'm like, yeah, you want to fake shit, but when I'm actually over here bawling my eyes out because you're treating me like shit, you don't give a fuck. So therefore, I don't give a fuck either. He stopped crying a few seconds later and started watching comedy shows and ignoring me, which I was completely fine with because I'm not about to be manipulated into doing something you want me to do, but you can't even keep up with your stick in the relationship. So yeah, I'm just praying that his new girlfriend, whom he got the day after I left, doesn't go through the same thing that I did because nobody deserves that. Wow, this is heavy.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not think it was going to go there when I read the title.
Right.
I was thinking that she was going to be jealous if he treated the new girl better.
Right.
But I don't think that's the case.
Right.
I think she should stop looking at their Facebook pages because even if he's treating her better, it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with you. And you constantly checking up on them and trying to figure out the status of their relationship based off of Instagram posts is not going to give you the information that you need or want. I think you just need to take a deep breath and say thank you next and move on.
Yeah. Sounds like you dodged a bullet too. So just,
Yes.
Be happy that you're out of that relationship. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, absolutely. He seems like a terrible, immature person that nobody deserves. So I feel bad for the new girl. But also, when I went through a breakup in the past, I was also thinking about this. I'm like, oh, I just wish that he would be like this to me and like do these things for me. And now he's going to get to do those things to another girl. And one of my friends was like, sure, maybe he will treat the next girl better than he treats you, but that's just life. He learned from your relationship and he went on and is treating the next person better, but you're going to do the same thing. And that's also going to happen to you. So the next person you encounter, they had a relationship in their past that made them a better person. And that's just how life works. And that's why the universe gives us different relationships throughout our lives. And the person that you end up with is going to be the best version of themselves because of all the relationships that they went through and learned from. And I was like, wow, that is life-changing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's comforting.
You should treat her better. And the next person you date should treat you better than he did. I also saw a TikTok where a girl was like, to all the girls that my boyfriend dated in the past that made him into the person he is today, you're all invited to the wedding. Thank you so much. I appreciate your service. Thanks for dealing with him when he was younger and immature. And I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah. Like we should taught him well.
Yeah. Like we should be thankful for the experiences they went through and not jealous of them.
That's very true. Yeah. The jealousy thing.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. I mean, if you have an issue, like if you get jealous easily, that's a good way to think about it. Like just be thankful that he had or he or she had past relationships because you can only learn and grow from them.
And I think another thing, if you're jealous of someone in their past, it's like you had people in your past too. And like think about how you feel about them. Yeah. You don't care about them at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
You can even think about that for this new relationship. Like if he's treating, I guess OP though was kind of making sure that he wasn't treating her as shitty.
I know. Yeah.
But still, there's nothing you can do about that if he is. It's not your relationship to interfere with.
Yeah.
And whether he's treating her worse or better, you're never going to learn that from social media. So I think I think the idea there is flawed, but I'd say you're torturing yourself and try to move on as soon as possible.
Don't check up on your exes.
No. Especially if you're on bad terms with them and they did you wrong, like this guy did.